Coach Sheldon Harrison. There never been no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen. Man, LDW MMAC. Man, look. Oh, man, me and Jason Rose, we're having a discussion about this. And, we talked about this a year ago. I've talked about this over a year ago. And you know what? The fix is in. I agree with Jason Rose. I agree with him on this. Listen, man. Did y'all notice that Cindy Dendois and Caitlin Young had to fight a war with each other? Right? And I noticed, why did these two have to go at each other first? Why? Why did they have to fight first? Like, clearly, these are the two more of the experienced fighters. They've been around the game for a while. And these two are the biggest threat to Kayla Harrison. I'll say Jenna Fabian, Cindy Dendois, Caitlin Young, and Larissa Pacheco are the biggest threats to Kayla Harrison. Okay? And people saying, well, but Larissa had a soft touch. Well, guys, let's stop lying. Because none of y'all, including me, we didn't know who Yulia Pajic was. We didn't know. We just knew that she was an undefeated fighter. Okay, so, Larissa Pacheco got an undefeated fighter. Okay? And now we can argue and say, well, against who? Okay? That's what we could argue against. But you better be damn well sure that if Larissa Pacheco got this undefeated fighter, who hadn't fought anybody, watch. Larissa Pacheco is going to get somebody else. She's going to get somebody who's going to cause a problem. Just like in last year's tournament, Kayla Harrison got the path of least resistance, okay? She got the path of least resistance. Who the hell did she have to fight? Guys, let's really think about it. Who did Kayla Harrison have to fight outside of Larissa Pacheco? Do you guys remember last year when Sarah Kaufman submitted Morgan Freer and then they gave Kayla Harrison the exact same opponent that got beat? See, this is not a tournament. There are no brackets. It's not a tournament. It's whatever Race C4 and the PFL deem notable as a good fight. They're matchmaking fights instead of making up a tournament bracket because they know that if they make up a tournament bracket, if there's a bracket, a legit bracket, a bracket that they stick to, they know that Kayla Harrison has a chance to lose. Okay? See, there are a lot of things that I question. Okay? And I get that the PFL, Kayla Harrison is the face of the PFL. I get it. So you got to have Kayla Harrison winning at all costs because Kayla is good for business. Guys, when I tell you that I understand that concept and I understand it completely, I do more than anybody out there. I understand business. But do they have to make it so damn obvious? They gave Kayla Harrison 16-10, Mariana Moraes. Okay, she's lost all of her notable fights, y'all. She's lost them all. She's lost every single notable fight of a person that, you have to step your game up. She's lost those fights. Okay? So, did anybody believe? I gave Mariana Moraes maybe a 20% chance to win. Only because she's been in the octagon so many times. And she's had many, many more fights than Kayla. I gave her 20% chance. But really, there's an opponent that they drew in there because they knew that Kayla can go in there and just, bully this person and beat him and use her size and strength advantage. Okay? That's just what it was. So they booked the fight, and this was a winnable fight for Kayla Harrison. Okay, again, we're taking the path of least resistance. That's the path we're taking. But then you got Cindy and Caitlin Young in here, man. They fighting a war. Okay, you got Jenna Fabian had to fight Laura Sanchez, who damn near 15 to 20 pounds bigger than she was. Okay, what? So everybody got to get somebody that could beat them except for Kayla Harrison. How the hell does this make sense? They're not going to make a tournament bracket system. They're not going to do that. Because, see, Kayla Harrison might F around and get Cindy Dendois or Jenna Fabian or the Striking Viking. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. And I'm doing a video about this separately. Kayla Harrison in this PFL tournament, she's going to get her Holly Holm. There is somebody in this tournament that can deal with Kayla Harrison. And I'm not going to tell you who. But it's going to be the person that you least expect. And I've been watching this person for a minute. There's one person in this tournament who I feel that can give Kayla Harrison her Holly Holm moment. Oh, I believe it. She's there. She's there. Okay? There's a Holly Holm in this tournament that's going to take this version of Ronda Rousey out. They can do it. I bet you guys want to know who it is. We'll talk about it on tonight's live stream of the Bites with Balance podcast. We're definitely going to talk about it. But I agree with Jason Rose. The fix is in. It's in, man. They gave this girl, they just pretty much gave her $1 million, okay? The only person that she had to fight that was really going to cause problems was Larissa Pacheco. And, you know, there were even parts of the fight where Larissa was winning the fight. I think Larissa's a much more dangerous opponent now. I think she is. But I guarantee you, do you think they give Kayla Harrison Caitlin Young? Hell no. Think they do that? And people say, well, man, Coach, why are you so high on Caitlin Young? She got 10 losses. But, see, her 10 losses are not all losses. Like, she didn't lose every single notable fight. I mean, hell, she's even got a win over Miesha Tate in there. So, I mean, I don't know. Can we say that she completely sucks? No. Can we say she had a lot of losses? Yes. She went the distance a whole lot of times, okay? The striking Viking right now, her skill set is starting to evolve. The takedown, Cindy Dandois in a match, you know, getting a takedown, that's inevitable. It's going to happen. Caitlin Young was able to starve off those takedowns. Now, Cindy did get one takedown. Okay, and it was a beautiful head and arm throw. A beautiful judo throw. I mean, she did it. But that was it. That was it for Cindy. Caitlin Young did a good job of just starving off those takedowns. And, you know, come on, man. Caitlin Young is in that category. I ain't got nothing to lose. They're not going to put Kayla Harrison in there with her next. They be stupid to. They be dumb to put her in there with Caitlin Young. They be stupid. So what is it, man? What is it? Okay, how long is Ray Seafoe and the PFL going to keep up this little this facade? How long are they going to be able to do it? And Kayla Harrison running around here talking like she just beat the best fighter in the world. No, you didn't, Kayla. You beat 16-10 Mariana Moraes. Okay, that's who you beat. Okay, you beat somebody who hasn't won a notable fight. But now you sitting here, you know, you gloating and roaming and you braggadocious. Kayla, you ain't done shit. Okay? And you lucky. You lucky. See, they had to, you know, they had to get one of these threats out of the way. So they made these two OGs, as Jason Rose would say, they made these two OGs fight each other. Okay, they made them fight each other to determine. See, I'm going to tell you, for Caitlin Young and Jenna Fabian, this tournament is going to be hell. They're not going to get soft touches. They're not going to get them. Caitlin Young will not get a soft touch. It'll shock the hell out of me if Caitlin Young in her next bout gets a soft touch. I doubt it. But I know Kayla Harrison, y'all, it wouldn't even shock me if they put her in there with Yulia Pajic. I promise you it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't. Because, you know, if Kayla get in there with somebody who's going to make her go the distance, you know that's 3 points, right? If Kayla get in there and mess around and get in there with somebody who will go the distance with her, guys, it's going to be crazy. And you put Larissa Pacheco in there with somebody who's finishing people, see, they're not going to let that happen. You better believe that Ray Seafoe and his associates, they're behind the scenes really scripting these matches, okay? Like, who do we put Larissa in there with next? They're going to give Larissa a hard touch, man. They're going to put in there with somebody who can really crack, and they're going to put in there with somebody she won't be able to finish. They'll put Kayla in there with somebody she will be able to finish. She's not going to finish Cindy Dandois. She's not going to finish the striking Viking. She's not going to finish those two. They're not going to put her in there with them. And they're not going to put her in there with Larissa Pacheco early because she's not going to finish Pacheco. I mean, Pacheco done been, 10 rounds with Kayla Harrison? Or 6? I don't know. Okay, she done been, 10 or I think 8 rounds. She's been 8 rounds with Kayla Harrison. So, no. No, absolutely not. No, she's not going to finish those people. They're going to put Kayla Harrison in there with somebody that she'll be able to finish. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. Well, y'all want to know who they're going to put her in there with? Go look at everybody, all the losers that happened in this PFL tournament, except Cindy Dandois, and that's who they put her in there with. See, we're on to Ray Seafoe and this building of this hype train, and Kayla Harrison is a hype job. When Kayla Harrison loses, guys, and she is going to lose, when she loses, expect Kayla to disappear from the sport for at least a year, okay? You see, this is all Kayla got, okay? She don't have the beauty queen looks. You know, she don't have the other stuff. This is the only thing that she has, and this is her identity. Imagine somebody who got to pump themselves up so people can think that there's somebody that they're really not.